make any allowances really, and that really was a tough start, but it's really helped him in his career because he's never lost that hard edge. You know, he's very relaxed, we know, off the table, but gets out there, he's as tough as anyone.
Nice target this, right half of the pink as we see it. Oh yeah, good shot. Deserves to be on one, and he is. Unlucky, yeah, black tied up. Pink not ideal, but good shot. There's good execution, decent result. Yeah, Mark Williams, you're right, Davey. He did grow up quickly. I was actually bore witness to it. Went down to Caerphilly and Bargoed in Wales and playing with the Scottish junior team and against some of the Welsh lads, Dominic Dale, a few others. And there was a young guy in the club. I think he was 12 at the time. I remember a few of the members in the club saying, that young lad over there is going to be a good player. I said, all right, how you doing, young man? I said, what's your name? He said, oh, Mark Williams.
12.
And here he is. Yeah. He grew up very quickly in this game.
13.
And this has been excellent. First few shots of this break.
Yeah, he used to lose day after day to those older players, but he kept going back, and eventually he was beating them, and he said they didn't want to play him anymore. Just got too good.
$16.
Yeah, for once he's completely lost the cue ball. So what looked quite promising has ended prematurely, Mark's point of view. As ever, good safety though.
Mark Williams, 16.
Rob Spencer there, the referee overseeing proceedings today, the man I believe to be the best in the business along with Jan Verhaas. Lots of good referees, but he's superb. He really concentrates. It's something I watch in referees, and he's excellent. See him there even, you know, looking at all the little options that Mark's got. That's good stuff. Very good. He's going round the side now. He wants to see how far the cue ball's off the baulk cushion. See that? That's fantastic refereeing. Brilliant. Does it quietly with authority. That's what you want. Excellent.
Foul. Barry Hawkins, 6.
It's fair to say that wasn't quite as intended. It's not so much the pink going in, it's leaving a red over the pocket. That's the concern for Mark.
Foul. 1.
Yeah, I think the best compliment you can pay a referee, as we see this foul again,
Foul.
best compliment you can pay a referee is if you come off a match, you can't remember who's refereed it, because that means they've just kept out of the way, done their job, there's been no incidents. Well, it's gone badly wrong.
7.
Yeah, you can only assume he must have played a little cannon on the red. Of course he has lost it. Cue ball completely. So, again, similar to Mark, it looked like a promising opening. Come to an end, back to the grind then. Not behind brown and yellow. Doesn't want to get the cue ball too central here, because he doesn't want to leave Mark. See the red that's left the picture. Mark doesn't want to leave Mark that as a thin one with check, which he hasn't. Good shot that.
On the other side, it's now 3-3. Jack Lazowski's levelled up with Karen Wilson, so they are in due course going to have a decider there. Remember, on the 1 year list, there's just £750 between them, between 16 and 17. So with that Players' Championship coming up, whoever loses that match, it's a real setback. No ranking points from the first round here. Red's not done yet. Wow. Well, we've seen some flukes today, haven't we, on this table? He was walking back to his chair, really upset here, thinking he'd left Hawkins bang in, and the red kept running and running and running. And Williams could continue. He's on the pink. You can't win at snooker without the skill. You have to be skillful, but sometimes you do also need that little bit of luck on your side at the right time. Barry Hawkins was poised to get out of that chair. John Higgins, that blew that Bingham fluked. Higgins was out of his seat, wasn't he? Ready to come to the table. And as Stephen said at the time, for him it was a double whammy because he'd missed the blue initially himself.
Sometimes thought that the only thing predictable about luck is the more risks you take, the more luck you'll get. And Mark did take a risk, didn't he, with a long red. But, yeah.
8.
Very fortunate indeed. And the fact that he's pushing a red, he'd be upset with that. Pushing that red safe wasn't part of the plan. He's going to need at least one of those reds if he's to win the frame at this visit. I think a fit and healthy Mark Williams would maybe even try and push 1 or 2 reds out off this pink, but he just can't get comfortable on the shot. The weight again on that offending left foot. He's just got to manage his game and tailor everything to suit the way he's feeling.
14. 15.
24 in front, let's say 14 off the next 2. 38 with the 5 reds left, so lots of work to do.
22. 27. 28. Thanks, Mark.
Well, they've re-racked the decider next door, Wilson and Lazowski, so I'm going to start that one again. Don't associate Jack with re-racks, do you? But they've had one over there. Well, trying to force an angle there, but the pink stays out. Or does it? It does.
Mark Williams, 28.
But look at the table. They're every ready safe. That's obviously why he's trying to make something happen here.
Another example when he uses power. It'll be a struggle. But yeah. The frame is. Nothing doing at present, but it won't continue. The Reds will open of their own accord eventually. You want to test the cueing out there. Here it is. Digging down, dead straight. Got to hold the cue ball pretty much where the red is. Yeah, good. Boy, that would have felt good as well. Good shot, wasn't it? If ever there was a good bad one, that was it there. Yeah. Tracking half ball in the blue. Well, he's played that lovely. Good shot.
Whoa.
So, 32, blue 37, 2 reds needed. You would think he'd play the 2 together, try and spring them open.
Well, he's not in the mood to mess around today, clearly.
Six. Seven.
Well, just needs a red here to leave Hawkins needing snookers. And those 2 reds are in lockdown, the other 2. The black, horrible as well. It's just dropped.
40.
It's just dropped. He thought it was just drifting, but it's gone in, and Hawkins needs snookers. I guess where those balls were, it just took the pressure off slightly, but even so, he's relieved to see it go in.
Mark Williams,
So
40.
45 in at 43 available. But that, of course, is with the black in play. Which it is now. Williams has had to rely on the rest quite a bit today, but he's potted 6 out of 6 using that bit of equipment. Well, it's over if this red goes in. The black's waiting. Pink's waiting. Blue's waiting. Everything's waiting. If he vots this, it will be 2-1 to the Welshman.
1.
He's a wily campaigner now, Williams, isn't he? All the experience he's built up over the years, all the titles he's won, even though he's not at full fitness, clearly, doesn't mean he won't win this match.
4. 5. Mark Williams 5.
Well, quite a low-key frame, but Mark Williams has controlled it pretty well once he got the lead. And he's restored his lead in terms of the match. Halfway to victory, leading Barry Hawkins 2-1.
It's an open and shut case. Trusted Trader, sponsoring Daytime on ITV4.
TrustedTrader.com.
In the Tour Championship. So every ranking point earned this week is going to be crucial to those standings. Mark Williams leads Barry Hawkins 2-1 here in the opening round.
Frame 2, Mark Williams broke off. Just thin, plain ball off the pack this time. More conventional style of break, and it's a good one. Well, I think illustration, I think, of how he's able to just mix up a match, mix up the way he plays, Mark Williams. No attempt at the pot here, I don't think, for Barry. Or is there? Yeah, there was, but he somehow kind of quietly didn't fancy him for it, but good cue ball. His hand up an apology, but actually quite a good shot to get the cue ball in bulk off of that. Mark taking this on as well, round the back of the black. Nowhere near. Needs some cover.
One.
Well, as Hawkins pots that one, Jack Lazowski in a world of trouble next door. He's been caught for 8 misses in a row. There he is, behind the blue. Obviously, well, so many reds to go for, but he's trying to land on a specific one in that decider. He has hit it, so he's given away 32 points, but doesn't look like he's let Wilson in. The record is 16 consecutive misses. Stuart Bingham, in a frame he actually went on to win.
4. Five.
Barry.
Barry Hawkins,
He
5.
doesn't look confident in himself, does he? You know, played well. Frame 2, that break of 84 he made. But a player of Barry's standing, and that's a basic miss.
1.
Yeah, it's true there are a lot of tournaments these days, but I think if you have a couple of bad ones, it's quite easy to just fall off the pace. There's so many people coming here confident. People like Trump and Robertson are obvious candidates for that. Hawkins not looking certainly anywhere near that confident. Made that good 84, frame 2. But this was unexpected, this pink.
Thank you. 7. Eight.
Plenty to ponder for the Hawk. Now, lots of left-hand side. Got one at the back of the bunch. Played on it. Might still be on it. Will it go?
30.
Not quite, I don't think. There you see. No, that's not a ton. I think they're again harping on too much about it. I fit Mark Williams would have played with pace around the back of the yellow, try and get into the pack, possibly. But as I say, to reiterate, anything with power, he's going to struggle today. Barry, maybe. Maybe trying to be aggressive there and open up the pack. I don't think that'd be a bad thing. Against Mark Williams, sometimes you've got to try and do that. Get them out in the open. Because in this type of situation, yes, he's snookered at the minute, but more often than not, he'll outmaneuver you. Simply looking for the shot that's got the minimum risk. Try and catch the bottom 3 reds of the 5 in a line. There you go.
Touch your ball, man.
Must cover the pack with the green then. Playing this. Good shot, but not put Mark under any pressure. Just push the red up and down, cue ball in the corner. See, but even here, you see, this is quite clever by Mark. It looks a bog standard shot, push the red up and down, but he's looking, is it possible, even the red that I'm playing, could I possibly leave that? And there is a chance, an outside chance of leaving it to left middle. He's also weighing up if he leaves the cue ball in the corner. Will Barry Hawkins take on the thin cut back red? Yellow to the rescue. It's bad enough that he's clever. I think he's been lucky as well there.
Well, Hawkins may reflect on the pink he missed when he was in. It was a good chance to get going again. And these best of sevens, we know, they're very tense affairs. There's no intervals. Relatively short matches. You go behind, you're sort of under it.
Foul, under miss. Mark Williams, full. Yeah.
Well, couldn't have got much closer without touching the red.
Barry. Mark.
Rob Spencer again doing the job properly with the minimum of fuss. He knew exactly where the cue ball was if he had to replace it.
Foul, under miss. Mark Williams, 4.
Well, I didn't think it was possible to get closer than the first one, but he did, but he still didn't hit them. Can't see a red full, so there won't be a warning about losing the frame.
Immediately interested in this red to middle. Something of a shot to nothing. Black's waiting. This line of this has been running pretty straight all week. Just in the bottom jaw. Showed his intention there. He's looking for in behind brown and green. Side cushion, black cushion. Not delivering the cue properly for me, Barry. Just didn't get through that. He had the line perfectly, didn't he? Not delivering. A sign that, you know, it's a pretty weak shot. Long red then. Deep screw. Sort of shot you normally fancy Mark getting. Awkward cueing as well, having to have a longer bridge because of the yellow. Oh, fabulous.
What?
Brilliant shot, and clever too. The only red he could leave, the one he's playing. Took all the duress almost out of the shot by just simply settling for the long blue to the opposite corner. Big shot this.
Mark Williams, 1.
Once again, I say a big shot because under normal circumstances you fancy him just to punch that in, no problem. He's definitely suffering. Time for the Hawk to find something then.
One.
Yeah, he knows Williams is vulnerable for sure today, but he's still got to up his game. Barry Hawkins' pot success, 80%. Just doesn't seem enough. Williams at 83, not great, but Hawkins 80%. That's got to go up, surely.
Seven. Eight.
No need to risk the cannon, just screw off the face of the two reds in the right wing, the left middle. Needs this cue ball to pull up, and it has. Good shot.
40.
Well, as Hawkins tries to pull another one back, Karen Wilson was 80 points ahead in the previous frame, but of course a lot of those were fouls. Lazowski needs a couple of snookers, but not impossible there that he could overturn that. That would be something from 80 behind. 72 in that frame with 67 on.
$21.
Doesn't look an awful lot. Looks pretty straightforward. That's just to hold the cue ball dead. Oh yeah, he played it well. Played it well. You just decel through that. You lose the cue ball, you can, or just nip it, and the cue ball springs back. Even a couple of inches, and you're not on the black. So taking these nicely.
Just as he was going along so nicely.
Barry Hawkins.
It's another miss.
29.
It's a frustrating afternoon, this, for Barry Hawkins. It's not really getting into a nice flow.
One.
You can understand Williams being a bit hesitant and taking his time, and you can understand mistakes, but from Hawkins, there's been so far too many.
Just looking at the three reds, sorry.
8.
Mark Paul did that last one. None of them will go at present. So it's a little cannon off this low black.
9.
I think you just want to kind of play a deep screw into the left half of them. If the cue ball gets away from you, you've got that other one. Yeah, see, I think that was a wee bit precise. Yeah, he's still got the one to right middle. Should be all right.
60.
Quite a tricky shot. You're going to have to play it with pace, coming black for a choice of pink or black. So this, the big shot then. Not a sitter.
70.
Played. Very well played.
They're shaking hands next door because Jack Lazowski just missed a black. He needed 2 snookers. He missed the black. And Karen Wilson has beaten him 4-3. So Lazowski, the local man, departs the tournament, and Wilson will play Judd Trump in the last 16
23.
tomorrow. There's Karen, who's 2-0 down, but has turned it round.
24.
He and Trump had a bit of beef, didn't they, last year? But I think all that's been patched up as well, because they did an exhibition, or several exhibitions, together in Germany at the turn of the year. You can see Williams. He's in pain, but he's
30.
playing through that pain barrier with a great chance now to lead 3-1. And he's been helped, hasn't he,
31.
by Barry Hawkins. That's the point. Hawkins has been making mistakes, giving Williams these chances.
$37.
Yeah, pink for game then.
38.
And I've long thought this about Mark Williams. I've actually written about it in the past, that he's what I call a take-on. What I mean by that is never ever underestimate him.
40.
Never. Regardless of how he's feeling, how he's looking. In fact, I go as far as to say how he
46.
sometimes pretends to look. He tries to almost lure you into a false sense of security. Never ever underestimate Willow.
I've seen him
49.
do that. It's an old school thing. He'll pot a red and he'll look like he's not on the black. It doesn't go. And then he gets down and knocks it in. That is something he learnt growing up, for sure.
53.
And in the end, it's been a good break, this. He's making a real effort here today.
58.
And it's working. He's one away from victory. And Hawkins has really got to try and cut out the unforced errors. He's been getting a lot of chances, but still only won one frame.
Mark Williams, 58. And
Very
the
solid 58 from the 3-times world champion, Mark Williams, who is now one frame from the last 16 in a meeting with Neil Robertson. He leads Barry Hawkins 3-1.
Suddenly, it all becomes clear. Trusted Trader, sponsoring Daytime on ITV4.
TrustedTrader.com.
Good morning.
One thing I do know, not many players in the game that could be 3-1 in front with a 14% long pot success rate. Mark Williams, that's just an indication again of how clever he is and how he's able to just win, simply.
Yeah, and the two of them, Williams and Higgins, just so experienced in battling through matches and accepting that sometimes they have to battle through. You look at Judd Trump last night, he's played so well that he had 2 centuries, missed out on 2 more and was disappointed. But that's the level he's at the moment. But when you're struggling, I guess you have to manage your expectations.
One.
Best shot he's played today, that, for me, Mark Williams. That was a corker. And as we know, when he sees the winning line, he's not shy in crossing it. Plenty reds in the open. Yes, black tied up. But looks like the pink spot's occupied, which will suit him for the time being.
7.
See there, I think 2 of those reds are the line of 4
8.
together. The bottom one and the third from bottom. I think both of those go, but having landed straight in the pink, he's going to have to play on one of them. So recovery required.
$40. Mark Williams, 14.
Yeah, they're missing the reds. Yeah, we'll say it wasn't the bad shot, the shot before it not getting top side of the blue.
One.
Not quite in the last chance saloon just yet, Barry Hawkins. But he's got to make something of this type of chance sooner rather than later.
Seven. Eight.
We saw last night, though, what can happen, didn't we? Matthew Stevens coming back from the brink, 3-1 down and roughly 50 behind with 4 reds left against Sean Murphy. Just hang in there and hang in there as long as you can.
Thanks, Mark. 14.
Which you know Barry Hawkins will do. Enough experience by now not to give up the ghost. And this time he gets the pink spot in the open. Can he get top side of it? Good shot, well played.
15.
Yeah, I interviewed Matthew after that match and he seemed just very surprised to still be in the tournament, but you've got to just stick at it. You never know what can happen. And when you get your chance, then it's up to you. This is another one for Hawkins. A good one, you've got to say.
70. 80. 24.
It's another miss.
Barry Hawkins.
And there's
24.
been too many from Barry Hawkins. Just doesn't seem confident at the moment. For whatever reason, he's just got on a bad run.
Sort of shot, you've got to get up on your toes almost, and again, painful. Yeah, caused him to miss it. That was far from easy under normal circuit, but another chance then.
One. Thanks, Barry.
Well, it's not quite last chance saloon, but if he were to break down again, he may fear the worst.
Seven. 8.
Oh, that's a poor shot. That's a poor shot. He lost the cue ball off his last visit to the table, but now so deep screw across the top face of the red. Well played. Good recovery. I'll make him feel better. Nice when you play that sort of shot, you punch it in. Get good action out the cue ball. Almost
14.
path the cue ball took there almost gives him information about how he struck the shot, so I'll feel good about that. 26 in front then. Yeah, playing a deep screw off the black, just spring the red into the open.
15.
Again lost the cue ball a tad.
Still going to need 2 of the 3 reds.
21. $22.
Yeah, he looked at the red in the middle, left middle obviously. May even go past the green to the corner, so fancy him getting close to this and behind it. Yeah, he's played for it in the corner, so it obviously will go.
28.
But unlucky actually to land welded to the cushion, but frame ball then.
Barry Hawkins, 28.
Our chance goes a begging now, 40 behind, so Mark needs a high value colour if he pots this red, which he hasn't. And hitting the
5.
pink, he looks at Barry Hawkins.
Barry Hawkins, 6.
Yeah, with the red over the pocket,
Yeah, sure.
it's waiting for Hawkins, so Barry Hawkins stuttered a little bit over the line in that frame, but he has won it. He's extended the match. Mark Williams still one away from victory, now leading here at Cheltenham Racecourse by 3 frames to 2.
That's tightened things up at the back. Trusted Trader, sponsoring daytime on ITV4.
TrustedTrader.com.
Explore your family tree and you don't just find names, you discover your family story. Bring your backstory to life. Start a free trial at Ancestry.
Control your heating from your phone with Hive Active Heating, so you can keep your little one warm without having to.
So the first round of the World Grand Prix is approaching a climax. It's Mark Williams 3, Barry Hawkins 2, a possible 2 frames to play. We start round 2, the last 16 this evening. First up at 7 is Ronnie O'Sullivan against Liang Wenbo, and then later on the main table, Gary Wilson against Matthew Stevens. We know that Judd Trump tomorrow will play Karen Wilson, and Neil Robertson waiting to see who will play out of these two. Of course, it was 3-1. Williams, in the end, attempted to come off the couple of cushions to pop that red over the yellow pocket, but didn't make contact, and leaving it on conceded. As he returns, with Hawkins looking to force a decider.
Yeah. OK, Mark, thank you. Thank you, the 6th frame. Mark Williams to break.
That shot Mark played, almost inviting Barry to bring quite a number of these reds into play. Looks like he's forced to play this half ball, this safety shot, around the back of the other red. Don't think there's a red set to go over the corner. He's satisfied with that. Having covered 14 of the reds, giving Mark a problem with that one behind the black spot. problem that's only going to be solved with the best shot of the match, because that's what's going to take to knock this in. Oh, what a shot! What a shot that is! Full in the knowledge as well that he was guaranteed to leave something should he miss it. That was awesome. To summon up so many different things with that shot, because yeah, I know I've said it a few times this afternoon, anything with power he struggled with, but the most important shot of the match, he summoned up courage, conviction, everything was so positive, and technically was superb through that red, long red. Well, to say it's a chance to win the match yet, because it's far too early for that, but it's a good opening. Created by himself.
8.
Yes, only the second long ball he's knocked in the whole match, actually. Could be the most significant.
$50. 60.
This is vital, he gets straight in this next red. If he gets straight on it, he can play for the black again. And he has. That is fantastic. That is a brilliant shot. Doesn't look it, but he's absolutely bolt straight in the next red. So barring a kick, nice in the black again. That was an awesome shot, you see. So important that was.
24. $31. $32.
Little cannon, the 6 reds of the bunch, the one to the right, a little cannon on that, and if you miss it, you miss it to the right of it. See that? He's edging on the right side of that red. He's been a wee bit unlucky to leave bridging, because he actually played quite a good
39.
shot. Just the pace has beaten him. And he doesn't want to go on his tippy toes, does he, with this shot? That's the last thing he needs. He'll be able to reach it. A tall laddie, but that's not going to be easy and quite painful, I'd imagine.
Well, he's reached for the extended spider.
Yeah, this shot, you don't mind so much potting the red, but he can't hold for the red, so he's got to play it with some pace on and off the cushion. That's where the difficulty lies. Not bad. You could see it was struggling to get the pace in it. The harder you hit that, the more difficult the pot was.
40. $47.
As is the Mark Williams way, always try to let the table do the work for you, which on this occasion dictates it would be the red to the middle, be the one he's playing, because it'd be a natural round the back of the black, nothing to do with a cue ball. There you go. Use everything that you can out there. Okay, he's missed it.
Mark Williams,
He may have left the red to
47.
right middle. Just again, you look back a few shots, he's just lost the cue ball, left himself hampered. Good lead though. Possibly the red that Barry Hawkins just missed, he might be interested in it as a double. This one along the cushion, very appetising from here. All the best with this shot. Yeah, that was tough. That was it. Not easy. Got away with it. Well, probably gotten away with it. Or he might be interested in the red. Dead weight to left middle. Not a lot of the drop of the pocket sticking out.
Regardless of how he's feeling, Mark Williams has thought very clearly in this match. He's seen Hawkins struggle, doesn't want to give him any easy chances at this late stage.
And if he does go on and wins, Mark Williams, post-match interview, he'll probably go along the lines of, well, I've got no chance this week, I can't possibly win because I'm not fit enough. Don't you believe it? Yes, he's not the favourite to win, there are others in better form, of course there are. Like I say, never ever discount Mark Williams. And he'll play on it as well. All surprised to just dead weight this into the top of the pack of reds. Nothing else on really. Shot time just ticking past a minute then. Can understand why. Next chance vital. The roll into the pack, he's perhaps worried about it because it's easy to underhit, and if he does underhit it and he's playing it, see, if he underhits it grossly, then he can leave the red. Great shot. Brilliant shot. Has he left the plant though? he has left a plant, he's going to have to pour it thin, which would possibly mean he may try and dislodge the 2 reds above that right middle pocket in potting it.
So Mark Williams with another chance, already 47 in front. In the frame, he needs to win the match.
One.
Is this going to be one last push for the winning line?
Six. Seven.
Still thinking about the options. Obviously, last thing he wants to do is bring both reds into play and not get on one of them. So, I'd be massively surprised if he just dropped this through and played the red up the cushion. He is left-handed after all. Yeah, see, even there, that's just a clever option. Such a clever shot, that. Guaranteed to leave the other red by the side cushion and leave themselves a chance of a pot. Simple but effective. Even a little screw off this red with the rest might even push the red tighter to the cushion.
Still hasn't missed a pot with the rest. 8 out of 8 so far. Put off by a fly or something.
Cheers, thank you. 13.
So this now,
18.
I guess the key shot, he needs red and a colour. Every credit. He's had to battle the elements today. I think he's played a clever match. He's been helped, though, by an out-of-form opponent. Barry Hawkins will look back at chances he had that he didn't take.
26.
But that's not Mark Williams' problem. It looks like he's through to play Neil Robertson tomorrow.
27.
So the last 16 lineup is completed, and Mark Williams will play his fellow former left-handed world champion Neil Robertson for a place in the quarterfinals.
33.
Robertson will start favourite for sure with the form he's been in, but Williams, you know, wasn't that fancy to win this match with all these problems with his gout and everything else. But he has won. He's found a way, like the great players do.
40. Frame.
You know what they say, no pain, no gain. Mark Williams in agony at times, but he's got the win and is into the last 16 of the World Grand Prix. He limps out of the arena, having beaten Barry Hawkins by 4 frames to 2.
And this is the final frame. Trusted Trader, sponsoring Daytime on ITV4.
TrustedTrader.com.
I can't believe my little girl was going to be made to sleep with a grown man.